They're saying that people are living longer, so we should just work longer. Just watch this video.
But younger people who may not even be expecting it, why not move the retirement age higher, given that we're living longer?
Absolutely. It could be win-win in terms of expectations. Yeah. When the program started, retirement age was 65, life expectancy was 62. So it made sense. Now the retirement age is up to 67 and life expectancy is in the 70s, 80s, 90s and growing quickly. Young people don't think they're going to get anything like you just said. So if we can lock in benefits, but you are expected to work longer, assuming that you're able to, they would come out ahead of where they think they're going to be. Nobody's touching current retirees' benefits. The AARP should stop trying to scare people and help become a part of the solution here. And we should talk about adjusting the program for the things that have changed in the way that we're all living our lives. So
that's their excuse, is to raise the retirement age yet again. Meanwhile, the same government, US government, that loves to take money out of your paycheck every week can't even balance a budget. I mean, the government is currently shut down. Can't manage their own duties, which is to keep the government up and running. What was Social Security anyway? Social Security was supposed to be an American safety net, not a lifelong IOU that you might never see. When Social Security started back in the 1930s, it was meant to protect people who worked hard their entire life. Folks who didn't have pensions or savings, or you worked and you paid in and you retired and the system gave you that little bit of extra buffer. Nowadays, Social Security can't even probably cover a month's groceries. I don't really truly think that the US government thought this through. It was never designed to handle today's population or the economy that we're in. The first people who got checks in the 1940s, they didn't even have to pay into the darn thing. They don't talk about any of this stuff in great lengths. They just tell you, we're going to raise the age limit. That's always their go-to. Every time you see FICA on your check, FICA, that is your Social Security tax. And you think it is going into an account under your name, but it's not. It's going straight into a pool that the government then just says, extra cash laying around. We should do something with that. And they spend it immediately to pay current retirees and fund whatever God knows else that they probably want to invest or pay. That's not investing. That's borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. It's literally the definition of a Ponzi scheme. Why don't just get rid of it altogether? The Social Security Trust Fund is projected, and I believe it already ran out, projected to run out by 2033.
The Board of Trustees is the body that kind of determines how long it's going to last. And now they're saying combined benefits could run out by 2034, and retirement benefits will be reduced to about 77% of what they are now by about 20.
When that happens, benefits will be cut by 23%. They're already talking about it right now. Right now, the system pays out roughly $1 trillion a year or more to 67 million Americans, but it's taking in less than it's paying out. Okay, so let's talk about what she addressed there, the people living longer excuse. I call this an excuse because they say people are living longer now. And my argument to that would be, but yeah, are they living better though? Because a longer life doesn't always equate to a healthy life. Let's be real. The average American lifespan, even though it's roughly 78 years, which is below other countries, but the average healthy lifespan is only around age 66. I'm not pulling that number out of my butt. It's an actual statistical data. It means that most people spend over a decade of their later years being sick or disabled or having ailments. I mean, I just look at my elderly in-laws in their quality of life. We're talking more sedentary lifestyle, less physical activities because of fear of getting hurt. You know, falling and breaking something is life-ending for most people in their 70s and 80s. They don't travel anymore. They don't even hardly want to leave their house. I mean, they're talking about limiting their driving because they're scared of getting in an accident. So your physiology breaks down the older you get. Look, let's be real. Whether you're having a sedentary life and you're sitting at a computer desktop, and you could say and argue with me all day that I could sit on a computer though and work till I'm 80. What is that doing to your body? I mean, you guys have seen those videos of them showing what happens to your body, staring at a computer screen all day, type, and your back slunched over, and what happens to you. Okay? Most people are not moving a lot when they have those jobs. Then you talk about the people who are doing the physical labor job, and your body wears and tears. It breaks down. That's why they have occupational therapy for people who maybe they use their hands in a certain way and they start getting carpal tunnel syndrome. Nowadays, you see people in their 70s and 80s working at Walmart or bagging groceries, not because they want to, but because they have to. They are not doing any better. We sit a lot, like I said, glued to those screens, stressed out to the max, wondering, how am I going to make it? Am I going to even be able to afford to have kids? That's the whole bottom line here, is having the kids to pay into the system. You may live longer on paper, but your bodies are breaking down faster. That is not progress. That is decline. About the broken system. Social Security was supposed to be your reward for a lifetime of work, but it's a debt trap. A fund they keep raiding while pretending to protect it. Every administration, from Democrats to Republicans, has borrowed from it. It's definitely not some magical lockbox. It's government IOUs stacked on top of each other, funded by the next generation's paychecks. That's not security. That's a pyramid scheme in plain sight. And now they're proposing to raise that retirement age to about 69, maybe even 70, which means if you're Gen X or Millennial, you'll be lucky to ever see that money back. Let's talk about generational theft. The Gen X and Millennials are getting stuck with the bill as usual. And Gen Z, they'll be the ones paying into a system that's already gone bankrupt. Isn't that just sad? The government of the United States took your future and spent it like loose change. Social Security has become, instead of a promise of some sort of little piece, it's a punishment for aging. And if they can raise the age whenever they want, then what are we paying for?
I have been in banking for 30 years, okay? And it's getting down to the 11th hour of moving into that next phase of my life, aka retirement. And I went and put pen to paper and did some math and was horrified to find that I have enough money to retire for about 11 minutes. And I began to realize that no one is coming to save me. I'm going to have to figure this out for myself.
Working in retirement is a level of embarrassment, shame even, that here I am working at Home Depot. I guess I'll throw this in here now. Remember the threats of if you don't pay attention in school, by your teachers or whoever, if you don't study, you're going to be working at Home Depot. I think back then, what I remember people saying is, you're going to end up a Walmart greeter. And I
did a video about ageism in the workforce for people, especially in their 60s. And many young people on here are saying, oh, they're not hiring them because they're going to retire soon. Saddest thing, guys. Many of them can't retire. A lot of them are going to be collecting Social Security. Social Security, look up what the average for Social Security is. Here, I'll help you. It's between this number and this number is the average for Social Security. Can you live off that much a month? This is not going to even cover most people's rent. Don't forget food, medication, and there could be a good chance by the time that you're 60, not even this is available for you. I know people who are extremely sick going into work after surgeries because they need to work just to have medical. So even though a lot of 60-year-olds are capable, sure, they would love to retire. Some love to work, but many are stuck in the cycle. They have to work till their last breath because this is not enough to live off of in the US.
People deserve transparency. We deserve to know where the hell our money is going and how much of it will be left when we need it. Drop your thoughts and comments. Have a great day. Think for yourself.